Another rematch right here. Matheus Nicolau versus Manel Kape. And AJ, this feels like this has been years and years and years apart from the original match. I mean, like, it kind of has been a couple years, right? But the trajectory of both fighters' careers feel like they have gone in different ways, right? Starboy came onto the scene, rising champion, super duper hyped up. He loses to Pantoja, close, right? Shot himself in the foot, lack of volume. Fights Nicolau. Everyone's like, all right, this is his shot. Same thing, shoots himself in the foot, lack of volume, all that good stuff. But it's not quite that simple, AJ. Nicolau is good. He's not just good. He has the ability to evade in a masterful way. Now, did he get caught against Brandon Royval? Yeah. People with that timing, with that length, might be able to catch him. But if he does the same game plan that he did to Manel Kape, which is evade, don't let Kape get going, and then when he starts going downhill, take him down and just hold him, a little bit of ground and pound, win on points. Does Manel Kape allow that to happen, man? Is this the same Manel Kape that we're talking about? I guess that's the question.
That's a really good question, Derek, because no, this is not the same Manel Kape. And that's what gives me a lot of hesitancy in this fight, because we've seen Starboy go through the absolute ringer in his first two fights and then really build himself up. Now, the question that I'm having right here is the new Manel Kape, has he rose into the level that we all think, or was he fighting just not as good opponents, a little lower class opponents than Matheus Nicolau, because Nicolau, he's good everywhere. So I agree with you. That's going to be the game plan for Nicolau. Don't switch anything up. Do what got you the dub, whether it's contested or not in the first fight. But going forward with Manel Kape, he knows the game plan. I think this is going to be a very, very close fight, very interesting fight because of how Manel Kape is going to present himself in this one. Derek, what do you I mean, do you see him being different? And if so, what's going to be the different tool that causes Manel Kape to get this dub?
You know what? I think activity has to be the tool right there, man. He has to be active. He has to go. That's what shot him in the foot time and time again, is that he'll not quite cut off the cage. He'll kind of follow Nicolau around, right? And then he'll throw one at a time, looking for the perfect counter punch, which he was rocking Nicolau. If you looked at it, I wouldn't say rocking. Rocking's a little bit of an exaggeration, but every time he landed, there was consequences. Nicolau, on the other hand, landed some stiff shots and didn't really do much, right? So I think that if he can put punches in bunches, mix up his combinations the way that Nicolau did, and avoid the takedown, I think there's a very clear path to victory, but I think it's easier said than done. I think it's going to be hard fought regardless. Now, let's talk about the just kind of resume since their last fight, right? For Kape, it's Ode Osborne, Zhalgas Zhumagulov. Those are both finishes right there. David Dvorak, Felipe Dos Santos. Pretty impressive. On the other end, for Nicolau, we're looking at Tim Elliott, David Dvorak, and Matt Schnell. Then you get stiffed by Brandon Royval, but he did knock out Matt Schnell as well. So, like, bro, both these guys have been getting it. Now let's talk numbers, because the numbers is what matters right here. Is it fair, in your opinion, just like in one sentence, is it fair for Nicolau to open up as a plus 210 dog, given that he won the first fight?
No, and it blew my mind once I saw that I thought I was taking the favor when I was putting my bets in. Mm-hmm. Look at it, Nicolau, absolutely no. This is crazy. It blew my mind.
Now, the other number that we need to talk about is Manel Kape TKO plus 170. He didn't come that close to finishing him in the first one, but since then, he showed a different skill set, right? He showed the full Starboy potential. So when we're looking at props right here, man, the thing that I like the most, to be honest, I think this will probably be close again. I like the decisions, plus 150 for Kape, plus 360 for Nicolau. I think those should be switched if I'm being realistic right here. But then again, Kape said in the pre-fight presser, I'm going in to knock him out round one. We know my man is a little eccentric. He's a talker. He's a promoter, right? What do you think, man? Do you think a finish can come out of this fight given their styles? I think they're both a little too evasive.
I think they're both a little too evasive and a little too good on the defense, a little too not defensive in the sense that's all they do, but they're just so tactful in that evasion that it's hard to really catch something. And going back to your point, Derek, Kape may not have been starching Nicolau in the first one, but he was catching him with some shots. And that right there is why I think a lot of people are leaning towards a plus 170 on TKO for Kape. I personally, like you said, would have had it. I mean, not the TKO switch. I don't think Nicolau is going to get one on him, but I do think that decision should be switched because of the output that Kape has to present. If he can change it, though, we'll see, man. And this might be the year for Starboy to really come back and solidify himself, get one back on a guy he lost. It's going to be the output that does it, though.
Let's face it, man. Manel Kape is championship material. You know what I mean? He has all of the skills, all the tools to be a champion. It's a matter of actually showing up that night and putting it on, not going in there, letting the emotions, Kai Car France stuff, right? Flipping people off, calling people names and all that. If it's promotion fight, do all that. but show us against Matheus Nicolau in this rematch. And I like Manel Kape on this one, and I'm going to go against the grain, folks. Give me that plus 150 decision. I know it's the best prop bet that you have available, but I think a lot of people, as AJ said, are really leaning into that TKO. We're going against the grain. We're here to make money. Give me the plus 150 decision. I like that better than the minus 260 money line there. What do you got on Nicolau?
Ooh, Derek, I'm actually going around the same, but I'm going that decision plus 360. Matheus Nicolau. I think this is going to be a very, very close fight. It's going to be the ground game that separates it. We'll see.
It's going to be a fun one, man. Two badass rematches to kick us off, man.